Hey, everybody. How cool was that? Isn't it awesome that I just didn't know that existed last week? Hey, how's it going? It's week two time in Scott Fishbowl territory. It was week two is over, I should say. And we are here to celebrate the good, the bad, the sad, and the other stuff because there was lots of other stuff. Um, and I hope at least you had a good week. I thought scoring 200 points would make it a good week. I was wrong. Hold on, let me just grab a little coffee here. Put that right back on my desk. All right, everyone. Well, welcome in. Hello, everybody. Hello, J Mike. I love you too. Let's get into it. Let's talk a little bit about week two. Actually, no. First, let's pick a winner. That's right. We have stuff to do. We have business. We have a signed Daniel Jones jersey to give away. We have a very small window that I can't get the jersey and my gigantic face in at the same time. But we're going to do this right now. I'm going to share my screen. I made a fancy little random number generator that is going to pick the winner. So if you saw the contest, how it works, every $5 gave you 100 entries. And if you did $25 plus, you got double the entries. So that's why you're going to see a very large number pop up into that who will win box after I click in that checkbox. And then it is going to do its job and spit out the person who won. Now, we didn't have as many people enter as I would like, but I guess that's just great for the people who entered, right? The less people that enter, the better the chances you have to win. So, I mean, I wish we had. Hold on, there's got to be something, right? Let's throw a little. Yay. All right, let's see who wins already. All right, there we go. 3. Here we go. 2. Here we go. 1. Deborah Jackman, congratulations. You are the winner of this Daniel Jones jersey. We have your email, hopefully, in the donor box spreadsheet. So we will reach out to you. We will get your address, and we will get this out to you soon. Very soon. Congratulations, and hang around until the end of the show. You'll see who our jersey is for. Oh, oops. You know what our contest is going to be for next week. All right. You were just good for while we were talking about that kind of stuff. We don't need to keep on going. All right. Congratulations again, Deborah Jackman, for winning yourself a beautiful, beautiful blue Daniel Jones jersey. And I just want to point out, we put that on last week. After Daniel Jones had a bad week, we're like, no, trust us. You should get in on this. Not enough people did. Deborah won herself a baller of a player's jersey. Baller. I don't care how ugly it looked. I don't care how gross the game was. Daniel Jones scored a lot of fantasy points, and that's what really matters. You missed about 2 minutes, Scott. So you missed Deborah Jackman winning this. Daniel Jones. Look how nice his signature is, too. Like, look at that. That is cursive. That is practiced. That is beautiful. I love it. No quick scribbles. No, boring whatever. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Congratulations again, Deborah. Let's keep going on. Let's go into our top performers. Oh, who is that? That's Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones was the highest scorer this week in Scott Fishbowl. 26 passes, 26 completions of 37 passes for 321 yards, 3 total touchdowns, 2 passing, 1 rushing, 46.89 fantasy points. Clearly, with Daniel Jones, you're not getting the stack like we had last week. Last week, we had Tua and Tyreek. Sorry. All right. Well, running backs. Okay. The demise of DeAndre Swift was ill-advised. It was premature. It was wrong. Well, I mean, let's face it. Unfortunately, running back is annoying, and you have to be the running back coach has to put you in, which they didn't want to do week 1. But look what happens when you put him in week 2. A total of 31 touches, total of 181 yards, 1 touchdown. Yeah, could have done better, DeAndre. Come on. You only put up 43.10 fantasy points in Scott Fishbowl. You could have done better. Running back 1, baby. And let's move on to wide receiver 1. Let's move on. to Puka Nakua. Now, the question is, how many of you people started it? How many of you people were just, one, terrified of chasing those points? You know, that week one, what was it, like flash in a bag, lightning in a bottle, whatever, cliche. Oh, it's not going to happen again. Oh, they're playing San Francisco. There's no way he's doing that again. There's no way he's getting 20 targets, leading to 15 receptions, 147 yards, and 38.6 fantasy points. This man has over 60 fantasy points this season with 0 touchdowns. And don't forget, Cooper Kupp's on the IR. He's out at least another, 3 weeks, I believe it is. And that's if he's even ready to come back when it's time to go. Like, I think Puka needs to be in your lineup every single week, no matter what. You just got to do it. And then, at least this feels more right. This feels right. I mean, Hunter Henry was fun. He still did really well this week. But getting TJ Hawkinson in that number 1 spot, I loved that Travis Kelce was playing. I love that Mark Andrews was playing. But at least we got a familiar face here at tight end 1. 7 catches, 66 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 36.6 fantasy points. That was a game. I don't know if you watched it, but it was ugly. Oh, hey, TJ. Oh, hey, TJ. Ugly. Oh, okay. So, man, this was a good week. This was, I think, a little bit more spread out than last week. Last week, we had people that were just up at the top, and then it felt like there was a gap. But there was, whew. All right, you know what? Before we get to the letdowns, let's talk about some redemption. I didn't make a slide for this, but let's talk about a redemption from last week. Last week, we had the worst slide where it had T. Higgins, Dallas Goedert, and Drake London all putting up goose eggs, bagels, donuts, whatever you want to call a 0. T. Higgins, 2 touchdowns. Drake London, touchdown. Dallas Goedert, no touchdowns, but what was it, like 6 catches for 55 yards? Definitely double digits, especially in SFB scoring. So thank you. Yes. All right, so let's now talk about the letdowns this week. So I get that Zay Jones did get hurt. He missed a little bit of time in the game, but 6 targets, 0 catches, 0 yards, 0 fantasy points. That was rough. I think I'm scared of playing that who's going to be the second pass catcher in Jacksonville. It feels like Evan Engram is going to be safe every week, but I feel like every random week, either Zay Jones or Christian Kirk are going to be doing really, really well. And yeah, I almost put Calvin Ridley on here because he had like 4 points, but then I saw Zay Jones had 0, and I'm like, you know what? It hurt my soul enough to see Calvin Ridley do that poorly that I don't need to have the picture here and talk about it that much. And then Zay Jones had 0, so that just totally beat it out. Breece Hall, like, I get it. Breece Hall did not look back. He looked good in week 1, but he got caught on that long run, which was hilarious when Garrett Wilson was sitting there celebrating and not blocking the guy. But Matt, 4 rushes for 9 yards. He had 2 targets, 0 catches for a total of 1.9 fantasy points. Look, starting Breece Hall every week is a little scary until he comes back into full form. But after week 1, I feel like no one was expecting this. AJ Brown, I felt good that I had to settle for putting AJ Brown in here. Last week was so easy. We had 3 people that everyone, if they were on their team, was starting and 0, 0, 0. And that hurt. I mean, AJ Brown, 6 targets, which 4 receptions, 29 yards for a total of 8.9 fantasy points. Now, this is a bit of a letdown just because of where you drafted him. AJ Brown was probably top 5 receiver taken off the board, maybe your hopefully 2nd round draft pick, definitely not first, hopefully. And 8.9 points is not what you want to get out of that. So that's a little rough. That hurts a little bit. Hopefully you don't have these guys on your team for this week. If you do, hopefully you don't have multiple of them. And if you did, hopefully you had one of these also to help make up for these. They hurt. So we hurt. Man, I escaped last night seeing the Nick Chubb injury. I was watching the game while playing on my phone because I have a terrible attention span. And I look up just in time to see everyone on their knees. And, just first of all, Minkah Fitzpatrick, was on the floor for a bit too. I'm like, oh, someone's hurt. And they kept showing the play, but from far back. So I'm like, oh, he hurt his head. Is he? Oh man, did he get a concussion? Is he unconscious? And then you see him holding his leg, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I missed that. I'm just gonna go on with my life. And then of course Twitter. I'm still calling it Twitter. Always, whether you want to see it or you don't. I'm scrolling, and then I see just like a 3-second clip just on loop of man, Nick Chubb's knee. Oh yeah, like I would do it this way, but when it's not supposed to bend this way, his leg bent almost completely. Like and that was the leg he already tore up in college. It's tough to see him coming back. It was heartbreaking to watch, and of course he has like one tear rolling down his cheek where. Prayers up, Nick Chubb. Get well soon. I hope there is no long-lasting damage from this because you seem awesome. Getting away from that kind of seriousness, Saquon Barkley had the normalest possible ankle sprain you could have, apparently. And he's going to miss, I think it said about 3 weeks for it. This feels par for the course with Saquon Barkley, I guess. Now we just have to hope he doesn't step on a dude's foot on the first game back and just destroy his ankle. Hopefully they're not playing the Cowboys in 4 weeks. But Saquon at least had a game. I mean, if we're going to put this back to fantasy football, at least he got you 26-ish points before getting hurt, which it just, yeah. I'm curious if you're out there and you had Saquon on your team, you spending your fab on Matt Breida, you doing it? I don't think I have the guts for it. I don't think, even if I do, I don't think I have what it takes to put him in my lineup. Like, there's got to be someone better to put in there that you can just wait a game to see if Breida is the answer, which probably not. And then we have David Montgomery. David Montgomery hurts his quad. He comes out and tells reporters it's going to take a couple of weeks to get right. And then Dan Campbell's like, he's day-to-day. I think Dan Campbell just really, really likes David Montgomery. Either that or just doesn't care if he's hurt or not and wants him on the field, because that's a discrepancy, right? And it was not that far apart from each other where they were talking about this. So these, honorable mention to Austin Eckler and Aaron Jones. Honorable mentions because they didn't even play. They just came in hurt. And hopefully they play next week. We don't even know the extent of either of their injuries. Hope at least I don't, as I'm saying this stuff out loud. Feel free to tell me how wrong I am in the comments, as we go. All right, so here we go. Contest. It is 3:00 for the next 3 minutes. Whoever types the word lamb into the comments, LAMB, will be entered to win this CD Lamb Funko Pop right here. This guy, that guy. So everyone, if you want a chance to win your CD Lamb Funko Pop, that's right here. Just type the word lamb into the comments. I wish I could hey, no, I'm not going to do that. All right, so I have that same little wheel going on that I'm going to be typing everybody's name into. Love. We had a nice... No, Scott, you are not eligible. You calm down. So let's talk about them boys for a second. 2-0. Does it have to be pretty? I don't think it matters. Right? Their defense is doing good some games. Their running game is doing okay. Dak Prescott, is Dak Prescott, right? But they're winning, and I think that's all that really matters. And CeeDee Lamb is doing pretty good, right? He's putting up the fantasy points, and again, that's all we really care about. So I think you would be happy, you would be thrilled, you would be delighted to have this awesome CeeDee Lamb Funko Pop up on whatever. Yes, Mary had a lamb. We know. To have this up on your display, on your shelf, on your computer desk, just carry it around with you up next to your face so everyone can see your face and everyone can see CeeDee Lamb. Just walk around like this for a while. All right, you got 1 more minute to get in here. Oh, there you go. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? And I guess everyone, let me know, do you like Funko Pops? Is this fun? Are there 80,000 people watching that don't actually want Funko Pops? You want something different? Let us know. Are there players for jerseys you want? Footballs, mini helmets? We have these jerseys just sitting around, and I don't know what I'm supposed to do with them, right? So I might as well give them away. Right? It just makes sense. So let us know who you want. Let us know who you like. Well, after this, only type lamb now. Don't type anything else. Don't be Bob Gilchrist saying Mary had a little and waiting for someone else to say lamb. Ugh. Well, I mean, sorry, Michael. Devonta was last week. I mean, do you have a DeLorean? Can you share? Hey, if somebody wants an autographed outhouse, I of course I would not do it. Yeah, I'll do whatever you need. George, you calm yourself. This baby, first of all, I mean, I know it's tough to see in here, but like, like that's no small feat. That's not a little thing. That would cost too much to ship. Player Pez dispensers. Yes. All right. Well, our time for the CD Lamb is up. Let me share the right screen, right? That would actually help. No, we know who won already. Stop that screen share. Let's start a new screen share. Let's pull up our Wheel O names. Here it is. Boing. Let's go full screen. Let's go spin that wheel. Oh, yes. And click subscribe and like to the YouTube channel. We're going to be doing this every single week. We're going to be giving away stuff. Stephen Jones, who is rostering CD Lamb in SFB 13. Congratulations, Stephen Jones. No, smash the button. You need to be enthusiastic about following us. We want every follower we can get, but we don't fair weather followers. No, we want enthusiasm, passion, and other things that I can say to stall. Stephen Jones, why don't you drop your Twitter in here or DM at fantasycares.org or Dynasty Outhouse, whichever you want, and we will get your information so we can get you your CD Lamb Funko Pop. Okay, first of all, Scott, when you subscribe, you use your mouse, not your keyboard, so you don't have to worry about breaking your keyboard when you are ST. Okay, here we go. Stephen M. Jones. All right, I got that written down, so I can reach out to you a little later to get you your Funko Pop. All right, let's go back to the slides. Yay, there it goes. All right. Let's talk about the top scorers. Yeah, so the formatting got very screwed up. I was having issues StreamYard was having issues finding my Google slides. Then when I downloaded them, the formatting just went to HE double hockey sticks. But let's talk about our top scorers. We had some quarterbacks up top. Tyreek Hill was not here to outscore quarterbacks. Daniel Jones, Russell Wilson, Kirk Cousins, all QBs throwing up those 40-plus points. And then here we go. DeAndre Swift, Brian Robinson. How good was that to see? Brian Robinson, he might be for real. That's 2 straight weeks of really good fantasy output. Or more, it's 2 weeks of Antonio Gibson not being a thing. So that might hurt. And then we have Puka. And then teammate Kyron Williams. Whew. Kyron Williams at 38.5 points. Bijan, proving that Bijan is Bijan. And then we have our roundup of other top string quarterbacks, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen in that 37-36. And I needed to keep going until we got to a tight end, and TJ Hawkinson was that dude. But again, I want to, show more than just one tight end. TJ Hawkinson did score the most with 36.6. And after him was Darren Waller, Evan Engram, and Hunter Henry. But look at that. Hawkinson with the 9-point lead over the tight end too, who was Darren Waller. I mean, if you had that stack of Jones and Waller, you're feeling pretty good about it. I mean, Trevor Lawrence didn't do all that well. And I mean, Justin Herbert is awesome, but he's got to look at these. He's not on this list. All right. And let's go to this week's high scorers of all of you out there. Kevin Pongrantz at Pongrazio, 337.49 points. Remember when I said I thought scoring 200 points would be good for me? It was not. It wasn't. Jim Cox, Diogo Bertoloni, Kevin Sogler, Dynasty Rewind. Whoa, Shane Battier. Guys, everyone, men, women, children, Shane Battier just beat us all at fantasy football this week. Nathaniel Ledwith, Jesse Schuster, Mike Stoyanov, and Stacy Glansman route out our top 10, all scoring over 300 points. Congratulations, everyone. And I think, hold on, I am just completely, you know what? Let's pull up the actual leaderboard now and have a little fun, right? Let's play around a little bit. I have to actually share the correct screen again. Actually, nope, we got one more. Hold on, let's do this first. There are still 530 undefeated teams in Scott Fishbowl, but the mightiest, the number one, the strongest, the end all be all, the other words that mean really, really good. Dynasty Rewind, Nate Christian at Nate NFL with 561.66 total points between week 1 and week 2. Your team's better than me. And just to put it out there, in case you're not doing great, if you're unhappy with how your SFB team is doing, 2,146th place currently, your boy over here. Not exactly what I was hoping for. Just going to put it out there. All right, here we go. This is our leaderboard. You know, here, I can switch this up by clicking just like maybe 2 buttons. First, let's get rid of that overlay, and then this button. No, we don't need to see me. Let's just go here. Here we go. Dynasty, like we said, Dynasty Rewind, Nate Christensen. Kevin, after a baller week 2, puts himself up at number 2. Jeff Rasmus, Anthony Reamer, Timothy Isaac, Coop, Jim Cox, Ben Cole, Diogo Bertoloni, and Brian Dowd coming up at the top 10. But look at this. We have so many 4-0 teams. And don't forget, oh, look, we got a 3-1 team. Oh, yeah, Mike Stoyanov, who was in one of the top scorers from the Krusty Burger division. Week 1 must have lost against his division average, only pulling a 3-for-1 record, but still up here with all these undefeated teams. That just has to sting a little bit, right? Knowing that like you scored the second most, but you're playing against the first. Oh, look at that! Like so many good teams. And by the way, up here, leaderboard. If you go to scottfishbowl.com, you could see the division leaders. And here, let's look at the undefeated teams for a second. Because we start off, like we said, there's 530. But look at some of these teams. Look at so many points. And we're averaging over 250 points per game. Again, 200 points doesn't mean nothing. Like, remember, like last year, you'd put like 220 and you're like, oh, I totally won this game. It's not the same this year. It's not the same at all. All right. Well, okay. So I think that may be. Oh, yeah, see, I unclick all of these things. That means I have to go click them all again. All right. I gave you a little bit of a preview. Our giveaway for this coming week is a DeAndre Swift signed Kelly Green jersey. It's a lot more vibrant in the picture than it is in my crappy basement lighting, but nice, beautiful green DeAndre Swift autograph. Donorbox.org/goodness giveaway. Or hopefully if you're watching this, you can scan that QR code up there. That'll also bring you right to the right place to get you in. And look, I mean, I just wanted to say, like, week 1, we put out Daniel Jones and we told you he was going to be good. We're just saying, like, look, DeAndre Swift showed you that he's going to be good. So get it on this. Donate, give some money to charity, help some kids get some presents for the holidays, and maybe you get to hang this sexiness in your display area of gorgeousness wherever you sit and watch football, or wherever you record your stream or podcast, or wherever you feel like it. You want to hang that thing in the bathroom so you can sit there and stare at it? Go for it. It's yours. It will be yours if you win it. Ugh. All right. No. This is not a thing if you type Swift, whoever is sneaking in on the Fantasy Cares account. Well, thank you, everyone, for hanging around on our week 2 wrap-up. We will see you next week for more football, more giveaways, more, hopefully, not commiserating with me on bad players and bad scores. Hopefully I'm up in that top 100 after just like a mind-blowing record-setting week, because it would make me feel good. All right, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining along. Subscribe to the Fantasy Cares YouTube channel where you are watching this if you haven't already. And hit that bell so you get a notification whenever we go live. We're going to try and do it around 2 o'clock on Tuesdays. Life gets in the way sometimes. I had to push it back a little bit, but around now, every single time. I know we got a lot of guff for our SFB stuff when we were doing it 11:30 in the morning, and West Coasters we're a little unhappy with how early we were doing it for them. So we're here for you, West Coasters, a little bit. So we'll see you next week. Follow at FantasyCares.org on Twitter, on Instagram, on TikTok, all of those places. We will be reminding you about the giveaway goodness of the DeAndre Swift jersey throughout the week. But why wait? Go right now and donate, and just keep donating. You have $5 to donate now. Awesome. You have $5 in a couple of days. Donate it then also. That's just, it's not just once. If you want to keep trying to get your name in there, keep trying to get your name in there. I believe in you. All right, everyone. Thank you so much. You know what? I like that video from the beginning so much. I'm going to hit it again, and then we're out of here.